Hello, guys. Welcome back to the Sports Doyen. We are here with our badminton pundits Mehta and Sri Hari, and this is your host Prathamesh. As we preview the Yonex Swiss Open 2021, we will have a look at the draws. That took place a few days back. We'll start with the singles category for both men and women. Move on to the doubles category with men, women, and mixed doubles as well. So an exciting Swiss Open is, going to be there for us. The dates for the Swiss Open, as we can confirm, are from the 2nd of March to the 7th of March. We'll start first with the men's singles categories. Sri Hari, men's singles, as always, is a very interesting category. There are eight Indian players this time, interestingly. We have an Indian head-to-head as well, with
Yep.
Kidambi Shrikant playing Samir Verma. Kidambi Shrikant is ranked fourth, seeded fourth rather, and there are many interesting battles for Indian players in the singles category. What are you looking forward to when you look at this?
Actually, it's very good to see all eight Indian singles players at this tournament, and I'm hoping for a very good match. Actually, Sai Pranith, who was the last Swiss Open's runner-up, is facing against Misha Silverman of Greece. So I think that's going to be a good match. And we haven't seen Lakshya Sen for a long time, so he's up against Tanon Sang of Thailand. Then we come to the other single player, that is Paripulli Kashyap. Is against the Spain's Pablo Abian. Then comes Ajay Jairam. As I was visiting his profile, he is always posting his training videos and he is sweating it out there. So I think he is going to perform very good against Sithikom Thamasin. And there comes to Saurabh Verma is against Christian Kirchmeier. So when it comes to Saurabh Verma, he is always an underdog. He always performs. He always creates something out of nothing. So he's really a player to look forward. Then comes HS Pranoy, and we know the beast is not in form right now, but he can bounce back anytime. He's up against Denmark's Mark Aljo. Then we comes to the Indian header, Kidambi versus Ami Verma. It's going to be an interesting match. Uh, you know, Kidambi is not up to his prime form, but he too can come back anytime. But last week we saw Sami Verma, not last week, last month we saw Sami Verma at his prime form against Antonson, and also it's going to be a very good match. Then we comes then it's Victor Axelsen.
Yeah.
So he is in the best form of his life, I think, and I really vouch that he plays its absolute best. And our second seed, Lee Sijia, and he is considered as the successor of Lee Chong Wei, and a lot of eyes are on him. Even me, I'm a big fan of his game. So I think with summarizing this, so I think it's going to be an exceptionally good singles game, singles criteria. So and I think it's going to be a great match.
Yeah, I mean, it should be great matches as well. Meda to add to it, obviously, Antonsen is missing from the draw, notably. But we do have Rasmus Gemke as well as Victor Axelsen, probably two of the rather favorites in this category. The Indian contingent, as Shri Hari rightly put out, there are some exciting matches, including probably Kidambi Shrikant, who is higher seeded in this category. Uh, do you think that the Indian contingent could actually challenge, these top two players in a way, or would you think that Axelsen would still remain and undoubtedly so the favorite to win this?
Definitely, I think Victor Axelsen, like rightly Shriyari pointed out, he's probably in one of the best forms of his life. But having said that, I also think Kidambi Srikanth has played some amazing badminton in the BWF World Tour finale, which happened in the
Yeah.
last week of January. So that was a really promising performance from him, which showed that he's still fighting. So I think Kidambi Srikanth could easily make it to the quarterfinals at least, and has a good chance of meeting Victor Axelsen in the semi-finals. So I really
Yeah,
look forward to that, to be honest. And coming to the likes of Pranoy, he's like kind of the uh, king who can just come up with upsets now and then, beating the likes of Lee
yeah,
Chong-wei, Lin Dan. So yeah, I think he's in the same half as Kidambi Srikanth is. So we could also look at a
yeah,
Pranoy versus Shrikant face off in the quarterfinals as well.
yeah.
So I think that makes things even more interesting for the Indian contingent.
It should be
Yeah,
exciting considering
it
that these
is
players play each other on a regular basis, but on a more competitive environment, we'll see, which player actually trumps the other and how it is actually taken out here. But it would be a good competition for all 8 Indian players. I hope at least one of them makes the semi-finals because and the
definitely.
final hopefully. Then there will be high hopes as usual on Kidambi Shrikant. But if anyone else also makes it, it will be a huge boost for the Indian badminton circuit. Coming to the women's draw, Meda, starting with the most disappointing thing for you in the women's draw, Tai Su Ying is not there. That is basically if you are a Carolina Marin fan, it's more or less like there is the title written there for you, but it isn't as straightforward, is it? Because you look at players like Cho Chu Wang who recently did beat Carolina Marin, although it be in a match which Carolina Marin wasn't looking to win, more or less. Coming to Indian players like Saina Nehwal, who will be playing Chaiwan, the youngster from Thailand, we never know what to expect in this kind of a game. Also, PV Sindhu, who is the second seed, will play Yigit from Turkey. Interesting games here. I look at Fabiana Silva, the Brazilian, as well, playing Blichfeld from Denmark.
Denmark.
There are really interesting games there. You look at Supanita Katetong versus Kim Ga Hong. Sorry for the pronunciation there. I'm just trying my best for that. But yeah, interesting games. You also talked about Bivin Zhang, throwing an upset here or there. She's seeded seventh and a really good player herself. What are your expectations on this category? I mean, if I could put it in a way where, as a Marine fan, I could just ask who is going to be there in the final with her. But then let's be a little more open to
You had
someone
to
else.
say that, didn't you?
Yeah.
No, let me make it clear. I admire Carolina Marin a lot too, but maybe a bit too much. That slight edge for Tai Zwing because she can play like no
Yeah.
one else does. To be honest, I
Yeah.
mean the kind of
We, we,
deception she
we saw
pulls
that in the
off,
finals. We
and
saw
so
that in the
the kind
finals.
of spontaneous shot she pulls off, that's absolutely phenomenal. I mean, that's on another level. So yeah, but she's not playing this tournament. Neither is she participating in the All England since the draws are out
Yeah.
on
Biggest shock
23rd.
of the day.
Yeah, that is the biggest shock of the day for me. I mean, whew, okay, I'm trying to digest that. So yes, I think Carolina Marin rightfully being the first seed, she could be the obvious favorite to win this title because she's been in absolutely fantabulous form, and I do think she would be keeping that up with the kind of support that she does have and the kind of training she undergoes. Um, Coming to who can challenge her, I think in the half that she's in, there's Beivin Zhang. Although
Yeah.
she hasn't really participated much of late because of various financial issues, because she's an independent player from the USA.
True.
But she is one of those who can really put up good performances. So I think she can put a challenge, but I do think Marin will prevail. And yes, of course, there's Cho Chu Wang, like you already mentioned,
Yeah.
and Kim Ja Yoon and Supanida and the likes of them in the
Yeah.
upper half. But uh, it's more or less Marin from the top of the draw.
Yeah.
And here in the bottom half, we have Saina Nehwal versus Chaiwan. I think Saina
Yeah.
Nehwal's experience will come handy to her against the Thai youngster. But even
Yeah.
if she does win the first round match, then she's likely to face Sung Ji Hoon, who's a six-seed Korean. She's a really
Yeah.
good player, and that should be an interesting match to watch. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
think you can make a prediction at this point because it could be a tough game with Saina Nehwal's experience on her hand, but Sung Ji Hoon is probably
Yeah.
more fitter.
Yeah.
Yes, and then of course Blickfeld is playing really well. She's been playing really well of late. I think she will also look to make a quarter final in the least.
Yeah.
So she has a
And if
comfortable
Saina
way
does if
until there.
Saina does make the quarterfinal, it would be Blickfeld, wouldn't it?
Blickfeld will be a strong opposition. She even beat PV Sindhu in the first round, right, in the first week of the Thailand Open tournaments. So I
Yeah.
think she would be a very strong challenger over there.
Yeah.
And apart from that, we have the fifth seed Bosunan, uh, who's from Thailand, and we have the second seed PV Sindhu, the
Yeah.
complete bottom. And I think it's going to be really interesting for Sindhu. She has a great chance here to make it to at least the semi-finals, as I can see, because
Yeah.
the first two rounds is comparatively easy against the Turkish player, and then she
Yeah.
has Iris or Ruseli, whoever wins in the second round. So that's also comparatively comfortable for the second seed. But
Yeah.
I think in the quarterfinals, should Busanan, the fifth seed, make it to the quarterfinal? I mean,
Yeah.
some of our Indian players have been challenged by these Thai players. So I do think um, it will be interesting to watch that. If Sindhu is not at her best, then it will be a challenge to her. But if she is like improved from what she's learned from the past uh, tournaments at Thailand, but otherwise it should be comparatively a comfortable win for her as well. And semi-final she'll probably meet Sung or Mia is what I'm expecting. And if Saina Nehwal does play really well, I think it will be an all-Indian semi-final. I mean, who wouldn't want that as an Indian? So
Absolutely.
had
I
to
mean,
mention that that
yeah.
is a possibility that we do have, and I think we do hope for that as well.
Yeah.
But it would also be
Probably.
interesting to see
Yeah.
Sindhu take a revenge on Mia for the first round defeat that she faced. That would also be interesting to watch. Very satisfying for me.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, take that back, Mia.
Also, Chiriyari, you want to take a repeat of the 2016 Rio final? Like, wouldn't it be on the cards? Can you remember it?
Ah,
And the
wow.
game goes the other way around. Wouldn't it be really exciting this time?
Wow, that would be awesome, really.
And
And
that too
actually,
in the Olympic year, like it would be like written in the stars in a way, but probably a practice for what could potentially happen in the Olympics as well for Sindhu. So that would be really interesting to watch.
Okay, I'm
yeah,
saying something very daring on public record. I do hope Tai Tzu Ying also wins. Tai Tzu Ying wins the Olympic gold here, but I also want Sindhu to win because
Yeah,
I want Tai Tzu winning a major medal before she retires.
uh,
yeah. We can definitely see Medha how important it is for you to for Taizuin to win the major medal. But
Yeah, I mean,
having
because
said
if
that,
she
I'm
wants to
pretty
retire,
sure.
I want her to win that and at least retire. I mean, but I
Yeah,
also really
it's
want Sindhu to win it and it to be a
yeah,
Carolina Marin versus Sindhu final where Sindhu beats Marin again in straight
yeah.
sets. That would also be
Poetic
fun to watch.
justice. Talk about
Yes,
having
definitely.
poetic
absolutely.
justice, right? Yeah, it
Absolutely.
is interesting how poetic justice is available in every sport, and yet it never ceases to happen for some reason or the other. Interesting thoughts there, and we're looking forward to if we can see a repeat of that 2016 final right here in the Swiss Open, probably a prelude to the 2020 Tokyo Olympics in 2021. So we will look forward to that. Coming to the men's double now with you, Srihari, there are lots of interesting draws here. If you look at the Indian contingent, there is Arjun and Dhruv Kapila. They play Ivanov and Sozonov. Russian name is slightly easier for me as a football fan, but the Asian names are really tough. Satvik Sairaj, Ranki Reddy, and Chirag Shetty play Christopher Grimley and Matthew Grimley. They look like brothers. They must
Yeah, they are
be.
twins.
They're twins. Okay, that's even more
Yeah,
interesting. There are another brother pair here, Christo Popov and Toma Junior Popov as well, who
yeah,
plays
from
Tim
France.
Dwerker and Dominic Sipsis. Interesting games here. There is an all-German game as well. Mark Lamfas and Marvin Seidel versus Jones Rolfie Janssen and Peter Casbauer. So few interesting draws here. What are you looking forward to when you look at the men's doubles?
Yeah, first, let's come to the Indian players. So they are facing Russia's Vladimir Ivanov and Ivan Sosonov. I think this Russian pair is the 2016 All England winners. So I think it's not going to be an easy game for Arjun
Yeah,
and Dhruv. But if they manage to pull out something against this pair, it's going to be a major boost to these two players, these two young players. And let's come to Satvik Sairaj and Chirag Shetty. So they are playing really good. In the past month, last month we saw them playing at the Thailand Open and
yeah,
World Tour, not in World Tour, the Thailand Open. So I
Thailand.
think they played really well. But one thing, they always make mistake at the net. Obviously their net play is good, but when the game progresses, they always tend to make mistakes. So if they rectify that, it's going to be a great tournament for them.
Yeah,
Okay, then we come to the number one seed. That's a pair from Malaysia, Aaron Chia and Su Woo Yik. So if I tell about them, it's they are actually a really powerful pair. Aaron Chia is a strong front court player, and so is like literally brings out great smashes and all. And when we come to the eighth seed, I can see it's Ben Lane and Sean Wendy who had a superb month last uh, at the Thailand Open. So I think if they capitalize on that, they are going to have a very good tournament too. And when there is a young pair, it's from Indonesia. It's called Leo Rowley and Daniel Martin. So I
yeah,
think they are the junior world champions,
okay.
and actually they played really well in the last Thailand Open. So it's going to be a really good tournament for them too. And yeah, that's it. The draws look good, and expecting a great matchup.
Yeah,
Actually, if everything comes right, I think I really hope I can see Satvik Sairaj and Chirag at least in the semis. I really
yeah.
hope.
I think
I
that's
really
that's what
hope.
every fan is hoping, isn't it? Like Satvik Sairaj and obviously Chirag Shetty in the semi-finals. Meda, do you see that happening? Is it a dream that Indians can actually visualize?
Definitely, we can visualize on that. Uh, I do hope for that too. But I think some of the strong contenders they will have on their way would be the Malaysians Ong Yusin and TOE,
Yeah,
who can really give them a really tough fight in that sense. And yeah, that's about it. I do not have much to say about the men's doubles category yet. So, but I really look forward to watching Satvik and Chirag play much more good games because they've been really playing well, and especially with Matthias Bo coming in to help them for the Tokyo Olympics. So, I would be
yeah,
looking more towards like the kind of changes or improvements that make into their game which could really give them an extra advantage to
yeah,
start winning games, start winning close games.
yeah,
So that could really be put to test in this game when they face the higher seeds like the fifth seeds of from Malaysia or the Danes, Kim and Anders, who might who they might face if they do
yeah.
come across the fifth seed hurdle. So that would be really interesting to watch.
Also coming to the women's doubles for you, Kithita Rakul and Prajong Jai, the top seed in the women's doubles, the Thai pair, they will be playing Teo and Yap. There is an Indian double there as well, Ashwini Ponappa, who's being in the good headlines these days. Sikki Reddy as well. So they will play Annabella Jagger and Stein Kuspert, the German pair. Only one Indian pair, notably in this. There are a lot of Germans, there are a lot of English, Scots, Danish, but only one Indian pair. What are you expecting from this category? I mean, when you look at the Indian pair, do you expect them to go all the way somewhere close to the quarters or the semi-finals? Because they will have competition from Birch and Smith. as soon as they win their game, this is the competition that they might possibly face. So, what are you looking forward to from the women's doubles?
Definitely, at least for Indian women's doubles pair, like rightly you said, the first game is against the Germans, Annabelle Lyons team. So
Yeah,
I think they should be winning this game. And when they do win that game, in the next round, they're more likely to face the fourth seeds, Chloe Birch
yeah,
and Lauren Smith, who are really good. So, and Siki Reddy had been struggling with an injury as well in the past. So that is something worrisome. I do hope she's recovered well. She's
yeah,
been training continuously though, and Ponappa has also been playing extremely well in the past month. But again, they haven't really been able to convert close matches. But despite good performances, so that's a matter of concern. So I do think they'll be able to give a tough fight to Chloe and Lauren, but
yeah,
it would, we have to just see whether they're really able to make that difference in getting points and winning those close matches. Because Ashwini has always been a very strong backcourt player with, you know, powerful, thunderous smashes. There's no doubt about that. She's really good at with her attack. And Siki is a really good player who moves around the court, which gives Ashwini that advantage to experiment with where she wants to attack, so that Siki is ready with covering whatever comes in the front. She's good at the net too, and it's also a lefty righty pair, which
yeah,
which is really interesting as well. I mean, most of the time it's righty righty, right? So
yeah.
that they do have that advantage. So I do think if they can, both of them are good movers around the court. So if they stagger well, rotate well, and get that rhythm right with them, it should be a good match. And if they do beat Chloe and Lauren, I think
Yeah.
they do stand a chance to, make it to the semi-final at least.
Oh,
And I think the first seed Thais, Jongkolfan and Ravinda Prajanjay would be the favorites for the title because they're quite strong. They've
yeah.
been playing quite well, and yes, like rightly, the Malaysian pair Chao Mi and Lee Meng would be the favorites from the lower half of the draw, who could be like mainly given competition by Chloe and Lauren.
Yeah.
And I think the Danish pair of Sarah Tejason and Maiken would also be one to watch out for. But Sarah has, I think, been recovering from an eye injury she faced in the Asian leg. So I do hope she's recovered well and they do play the best game. I think another interesting thing is, the Stoeva sisters, Gabriela and Stephanie
Yeah.
from Bulgaria, are making a return. I do look forward to watching them play. I mean, it's really nice to watch those sisters play. They do play well, and they're third seeds. So yes, they're making a comeback after a long time. So that would also be an interesting thing to watch. So they do have a way to the quarterfinals comfortably, and if the fifth seeds do win, it would be a third seed versus fifth seed against the Stoeva sisters versus the Danish pair.
Okay, interesting thoughts there on the women's doubles. And we did talk about Ashwini Ponappa and Ranki Reddy, Sairaj Ranki Reddy before, and obviously we're going to talk about them in the mixed doubles. There will be another favorite pair in a way for all the Indians to look forward to. They played really well in the Asian leg, impressed a lot of people as well. There is another Indian pair of Pranav Chopra and Sikki Reddy, both the women's players involved in two doubles competitions. This is what the Indian participation is like. If you look at the top seed, it's obviously Chang and Go from Malaysia. You obviously also have Robin and Selena. There are some interesting pairs there. But when you look at this competition between Ranki Reddy, Ponappa, they play the second seed in the competition, Hafiz Faisal and Gloria Emanuele with Jaja. So tough game here to start off for Ranki Reddy and for Ponappa here, Sri Hari. But if they do win this game, they could actually go a long way into this tournament.
Yeah, it's right because I think the biggest challenge lies at the first round. I think Hafiz Faisal and Gloria are like they are very powerful actually. They have beaten this pair of Satwik and Ashwini. before. So I think it's going to be a very intense match. So if they win this, it's going to be I can't say it's going to be an easy way for them, but it's going to be a little more easier
Yeah,
because and after this they may face the last Swiss Open's runners up, that is Indonesia's Rino Frivaldi and Pita Mentari. So I think they can win this and they can go a long way. And if we come to the just a minute. If we come to Pranav Jerry Chopra and Sikki Reddy, they are playing really well, but they failed to capitalize that extra advantage to a victory. So they always fail to convert that extra advantage to a victory. So that's
yeah,
always pulling them back. And they are facing against Marcus Ellis and Lawrence Smith. So I think Marcus Ellis and Lawrence Smith is going to a very tough contender
yeah,
because they have been playing so well over so many years. So I think and actually it's going to a very intense match. And I hope Pranav Jerry and Sikki wins this.
yeah.
And let's come to the number one seed, the Olympic silver medalist Chan Peng Soon and Go Liu Ying. So, we have seen them performing superbly at PBL also, and with the final match, they played extremely well at the PBL. So I think they are the favorites, and I really think they can go all the way. Yep.
Okay, interesting there. So coming back to the final leg of what I call this preview, uh, obviously Meda and Srihari, there will be certain players that you will have eyes on, specifically looking forward to their performances. Start with Meda first. Meda, obviously for you, we know that Carolina Marin is one of the players you look forward to. We have uh, PV Sindhu as well, Saina Nehwal, the superstars from India. The men's players are really good as well. Kidambi Shrikant, Pranoy as well. Whom are you particularly looking forward to in this tournament? Apart from these star players, is there any other player that you're looking forward at?
Oh, well, there are a lot, maybe because there are five categories.
Yeah,
But I would definitely like to mention Rasmus Gemke of Denmark. He's
yeah,
young, I think 23 years old. He finished runner up at the Denmark Open. I think I really loved the way he played against Anders Antonsen in that match because, first of all, that game went on like for almost about 1 hour, 20 minutes or 30 minutes, where Anders Antonsen actually, like, I think both of the players went out of the arena like with the whole body cramped and limping out of the court
yeah,
after the presentation ceremony. So it's that intense was the match. Okay, so I think that was an incredible performance from Rasmus Kemke because he hasn't played at such a high level like a Super 750 before the Denmark Open ever. So I think he showed great temperament, resilience, and the confidence with which he played. It spoke volumes about the kind of person he is and the kind of game he played. So I
yeah,
do think he's a great prospect for Denmark, and which is why I'm mentioning him here. And Sonwan Ho is making a comeback, so I do look forward to him playing. He has been a wonderful player as well, like former world number one. And there was a time when Lee Chong Wei and everybody retired, and I think right before Kento Momota made his mark, I think Sonman Ho was one of those players you really look forward to play, like one of the best. So I think that is one more player in women's singles. Of course, it's the Spanish darling Carolina Marin and
yeah,
the Indian darling PV Sindhu, who I look forward to the most, and also Rachana Kendaran because she's really graceful to watch.
yeah.
Mm, the biggest disappointed, let me mention again, Tai Tzu is not playing.
I think Meda, I'm pretty sure like if you were her player manager for some reason, you would make her play this for no reason whatsoever. You would just put her name down like you have to play, you have to play. There's no way
No,
you're not
what's
entertaining
more
the world.
disappointing is they're not playing All England. I mean,
Yeah,
this is still a Super 300 event, but this counts as an Olympic qualifier.
yeah,
But All England is like one of the most prestigious event, but
yeah.
interestingly, it is not counted as an Olympic qualifier. And because
Okay.
German Open, which was supposed to be held, like after Swiss Open, has kind of put the tournament planning to a toss because like players go to Basel and then 1 week gap, and then you have All England in Birmingham.
Yeah,
So it got cancelled like recently, right? So I think there's been a genuine issue with most players with this, and especially since probably All England doesn't have Olympic qualification, people obviously would be more a bit
yeah,
more cautious about how they want to plan the tournament. So I think
yeah,
probably that could be one of the reasons why many players withdrew, to be honest.
yeah.
So
Shrihari,
yes,
yeah,
Yep.
coming to Srihari, obviously, I'm pretty sure all of the badminton fans would rather be in Switzerland watching, the Swiss Open. For you,
Yep.
especially someone who is in Dubai in extreme heat, going to, that extreme cold weather of Switzerland would be indeed, something that you would look forward to. But what do you make of this players actually not taking a participation in the Swiss Open or the All England? Is it disappointing? Do you feel it's a tactical reason? Do you also feel that probably a lack of match practice, competitive match practice, might affect these players? Going into the Olympic years, because it will be important that they are absolutely at their peak when they go into the Olympics. Do you think this really would could be a smart move? Do you think they could still be there in the Swiss Open and the All England?
I think it's because mostly there because there is no Olympic qualification point. I think that's the main reason. And second of all, I think it's because of the health reasons too. Maybe they are a bit afraid to travel abroad,
Yeah,
and also that can be a reason. But other than that, I think the main reason is because no qualification point. And if there is, they no, I think we could expect more players to be participating. And I think I should hand over to Meda right now.
so there's also financial aspect to it, right? Like suppose you
yeah,
don't make it to the finals, like only two people make it to the finals, then
yeah,
you kind of have to manage accommodation for like over a week.
yeah,
That's like a quite long time. No, I raised my hand to point out the fact that this tournament is going to be in Basel. This is the same place where PV Sindhu won her World Championships
World
World
gold in
Championship.
Championship.
2019. So, I mean, it would be a really wonderful thing if she makes it to the final here. I think
Yeah,
it was Okuhara whom she beat in 2019
yeah,
in the final, right? But she's
Okuhara,
not
yeah.
playing here. Yeah,
yeah,
or she'll be
yeah.
back in All England.
That that was one of the biggest headlines. When the match started and somebody in 20 minutes reported that the match is going to get
Match
over,
is
and I was
over.
like, okay, what is happening? Because I remember we were in college sitting in a lecture during that when it happened, and it was a fantastic game. Ended really well for her. It is written in the stars, isn't it? Like PV Sindhu again in the finals, probably Carolina Marin there. It was a retake of whatever the Rio Olympics final as well. So it would be a really interesting segue to look forward to. Obviously, some interesting draws here, and as we discussed in the Swiss Open preview, as I have not been biased to anyone so far, I would still go and say Carolina Marin should win the women's singles. The
The
rest,
biggest
I
bias is here.
also I do genuinely hope that in all the categories that the Indian players do really well, because we are seeing an upsurge in Indian badminton, and we hope that continues. We get a lot of winners here, so that going into Olympics we are actually strong. Really looking forward to Ashwini Ponappa and Satvik Sairaj Rankireddy as well. They have been impressive. A lot of talks about them, so I hope they also do well, and also to all the other Indian players in the Swiss Open. Thank you to Meda and Srihari for joining me here. It was really good to see you guys back, and good to see badminton being back. With the Swiss Open. I know, I'm pretty sure that both of you guys can't wait for the 2nd of March to come, as well
Yep.
as I'm pretty sure that any badminton fan around the world is looking forward to the 2nd of March. So stay tuned to the BWF Yonex Swiss Open 2021. Thank you for all of us all of you guys who have joined in for the Sports Doyen. Do subscribe to our YouTube channel if you already haven't. We are crossing the records these days, so please be a part of our celebration in a way. Do check out our website where we have badminton articles, cricket articles, football articles, and we have UFC coming soon as well. So do check out that. And thank you to everyone. Thank you again to Meda and Srihari, and we will see you soon.